Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Today we're going to take a look at the Harry's Holsters Icon 2.0 holster for the J Frames Smiths, also for the small frame Taurus revolvers. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm probably one of the last people you would think who would ever try Appendix carry. Mainly because you have a firearm pointing at your femoral artery and other parts of your anatomy. But about 5 months ago, I got contacted by Harrison from Harry's Holsters, and I think I had commented on one of his reviews, because he does very excellent reviews on some of the Smith & Wesson J frames and some of the small frame Taurus revolvers, and some of the problems thereof with both brands. But anyway, he had contacted me and he said, would you like to review my holsters? And he said, but I know you're probably a leather holster guy, which is true. And I was going to politely decline, and I told my wife about it. And she told me, she said, Greg, you're stupid. She said, look, maybe you don't like that style of holster, but maybe that would be suitable for somebody else, so you need to review it. And she was right. So first off, what is the main advantage of this style of holster? Well, very obviously, it's very easy to get out of concealment and not that difficult to get it back into concealment. But is it safe? Now, what you have to think about I don't know about semi-autos because you have a different trigger system, but with revolvers, you have a very stiff trigger. So it's not something that's easily going to get snagged on a garment or a seat belt or something else where it might engage the trigger. Also, with these holsters, trigger guard's covered, and it's secure, very secure to a belt. It's not going anywhere, and it's not going to let go of that revolver. So they're very sturdily made. What you have two clips. These clips can be adjusted up or down, so you have some mobility in how you can let the gun ride, either deep or high. You also have this wing, and what that does, it moves the holster away from the body, so it's not going to be pressed up against your abdomen. Now on the other side, you have a retention screw. This is what tightens the holster for the exact frame that you're going to be putting inside the holster. It's very sturdy. It's also very smooth, rounded, as opposed to a cheap inside the waistband holster, which is very flimsy, not the same detail or quality. So this is a very well-crafted holster. So what is the disadvantage of this style of holster? Well, for me and my body type, it's learning how to wear it comfortably. And for me, number one, you really need a less thick and sturdy belt, or else no belt at all if you have relatively tight jeans on or pants. But what I have to do to remove the holster, to put it on or to take it off, first off, I have to take that firearm out. Then I have to loosen my belt. Then I take 2 fingers and I push down and pull back, and it slides out. And it takes a while to get used to that and trying to determine how tight you need to wear your belt with this kind of holster. Also, how deep or how high to wear it. Now, I do find when I'm driving small cars that the holster tends to dig in between my abdomen and hip, and it can be very uncomfortable. But once again, that has more to do with the thickness of the belt I may be wearing. Because I found that when I'm not wearing a belt, or I'm wearing a thinner belt, I don't seem to have that problem. So what's the final verdict? Never ever thought I would say this, but I'm finding myself more and more carrying a small frame revolver in these Harry's holsters, Icon 2.0, mainly because summertime, wearing shorts and more casual clothing. And I see a lot of advantages to this as well. And this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness.